Hello everyone, welcome back to Drakengard.
I
So, the last time we left off, Zach, which has been a week or two at this point since we recorded episode 2, we left with the revelation of this map just being upside down Europe.
yes, we did.
So, within this game itself, that's never going to be elaborated upon, but I did go back and I just was kind of curious and I looked for hints. They do start the game off by saying it is an ancient time and dragons still roam upon the earth.
Okay. So is this supposed to be like Europe then?
Within this game, they don't really say.
Okay.
They do go into that more in later supplementary materials and other Drakengard games, though.
Right. There's a bunch of like mangas and novels, right?
Yeah, and I think 3 does touch on it a bit more too, actually.
Okay. I'm still playing through 3, but I'm not that far in yet.
Yeah. So I've been showing off like all these weapon pages and stuff, and kind of just their stats and stuff. I realized pretty quickly into recording these that'll take a while if you're really interested, and also too as you level up your individual weapons, they have a little like bit of lore, kind of like Dark Souls style. I hate to be that guy.
Rosin.
I know, I'm doing it, but there are weapon stories, and that's a big part of this game. Some of them are more well written than others. If you want to read those, I'd recommend the Drakengard wiki, honestly. But like I don't have the time to show them all off, I don't think, because there are 65 weapons in this game. But I'll try my best to show each of the weapons off in combat and their spells. See, icicles.
Okay. I like ice
You know
magic.
There's no ice magic in Dark Souls.
Yeah, there's ice magic in Dark Souls 3.
Fuck, god damn it. Okay. Anyway, so I decided that this Scald Song is just gonna be my main thing. I really like its moveset. Longswords are easily the best weapons type. They have good range, good speed, powerful, and also it shoots out a little fireball as its finishing move. So that's cool. So this is a free expedition, which we talked about a little bit last time, I think. These are just little filler missions where you can go and basically they're just there for grinding, and also a lot of them have weapons. Not all of them, but the vast majority have weapons in them. So I actually just fast-forwarded through here, but for expeditions in the future, I'm actually going to be like cutting them down a lot more. I just kind of wanted to show off a lot of the weapons we got in Chapter 1 here.
Okay. So they're mostly there's no story to these. They're just kill the enemies.
They have little excuse plots, like they're like, oh no, the Empire's attacking this castle, go beat them up, kind. And like they might as well not be canon. I don't even think they're technically meant to be. I think they're literally just excuses that are meant to kind of give some sort of story explanation for what's going on here. I don't even know why they bothered, to be honest. Like I don't think anyone would have complained if they just left them unexplained and you just dropped in and started killing people.
Yeah, because
These are really good for grinding for experience, though, I will say, if you ever need to. You don't really need to grind in this game, in my opinion, until the end game, which ramps up in difficulty, but
you said you need to do these for the weapons.
yeah, you do. So if you're going for the last ending of the game, you will need to do this, and honestly, I think in a lot of cases it's better to do it now rather than later, because you have the benefits of both gaining experience, which makes the actual game, like the main story, faster, and you don't have to have what most people end up with, where they just have like hours upon hours of gathering the weapons they missed when they normally played through.
Yeah, I mean, definitely helps to cut down on the amount of gameplay you have to do.
Yeah, overall, the funny part is it doesn't cut down necessarily, but it's just you're better pacing it so that you don't have a long session of collecting you have to do at the end of the playthrough. So for the weapon in this free expedition, you just need to clear out this. There's this little enclosed, like, mountainside part of the map that you can go into, and you just need to kill everyone in this part. Generally, what these missions have you do is there are target enemies, just like the main story missions, and you just need to go in and kill the target enemies, and then the expedition will end.
So a lot of them you can just breeze through.
Yeah, if you really want, you can just go and kill all the targets right away. If you're doing them to grind, you should probably just spend the time and kill everything. And yeah, our treasure box appeared just right at the end there. I don't remember if I cut after I collect the weapon or if I actually show the rest of the mission. We'll find out.
How exciting.
I edited this part forever ago. Yay, we got it. Oh yeah, I cut that out. Yep, so that's our weapon, which I actually think I forget to show this one off for a little bit. So sorry about that. But I do equip it. And that's what's important. There's its stat screen.
There's a lot to these weapons, like way more than you'd think.
Yeah, and some of those stats are kind of just... I don't think they actually have any gameplay purpose. I think they're just there to be there. Alright, another free expedition. Remember that time we were in the castle?
Yes.
Well, guess where we're at again.
The castle.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so this one isn't too complicated. It's just the castle again, and you are charged with killing everyone. And you have a shorter time limit this time. So I'm gonna cut all the way back to this part of the map. And actually, I should say you do start from the top, and you have to work your way all the way down. So you need to go into this hidden room. It's not really hidden. It's just a second story room that you have to access from the first story, and just kill everyone here, and you'll get your weapon. I thought I showed these beginning expeditions off a little bit more than I did for the other ones, but I guess even this early on, I was cutting down.
Well, I mean, I feel
also,
like you see everything you need to see.
Yeah.
We saw this level before, you know?
Yeah. I like this sword's magic spell a lot. It's called the Crimson Sentinel, which is also a really fucking cool name for a little satellite fireball. Then we get the Robber King, which is a lance. There's some pretty cool names, not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly. Like, the lore and the writing is interesting in this game.
Yeah. And actually, something that's really interesting is a lot of the weapon lore borrows a lot from Norse mythology, but the overall main story of the game itself has more in Jewish and Christian stuff. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a lot of the weapons are more of a like they're more legends, you know, than actual fact, or if we're supposed to take it to believe that they're both true. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'll probably check some of those weapon stories out at some point.
They're pretty neat, and I do think that they do. I think some of those weapons do. Well, I know for a fact some of them reappear in Drakengard 2. I think a fair bit are also in Nier and Drakengard 3, but I'm not entirely sure. And hey, we got another one of these. So these are basically just more aerial missions, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. This one's weapon requirements are essentially just kill everything. It's really easy to do. I do have to say, though, some of these aerial missions kind of expect you to have a more leveled up dragon than what you probably have at the time of you actually having the expeditions unlocked. So it might be better to save some of these aerial free expeditions for later. I'm personally doing them as I get them, even if I can't unlock the weapons quite yet, just because it's good experience. So, and I figured I'd show them off in order.
Yes, that's good.
These little blimps, when you get close to, you can see like there's like this machine gun fire thing coming out of them.
Yeah.
It's weird. The Empire has some technology. You just apparently they keep it all for their air force and turret towers.
Yeah.
It's really convenient that you never see those on the ground.
Yeah, like they've got these guns on the blimps, but the soldiers all get swords.
Nope. Swords and crossbows.
Yeah.
Unless it's like magic of some kind, but gun magic.
But I mean, like, they even have cannonballs, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
if you have cannonballs, you could probably have figured out how to make a gun of some kind. I'm probably wrong and stupid, so ignore what I'm saying.
It's fine. I think they're like, yeah, like they're solid cannonballs.
Yeah, but cannonballs were probably invented in the times of swords, and I just don't know that.
They were before guns, I know,
Yeah.
but I don't know, I don't quite know the year on that.
God, what the fuck is wrong with us? We don't know the year cannonballs were invented.
I know. What if they weren't invented? What if they were found? Like someone just went to the forest one day. Just right there.
I'm gonna believe that that's what happened now.
Yeah, so there's a lot of these blimps.
Yeah.
And you're seeing more and more of the fun part of flying is when you just start to get too close to shit and rub up against them.
Yeah.
And it's not great feeling.
I feel like a lot of flight games have that problem, or like games where you have flying missions where like the core loop is you attack the enemy while you're getting closer to them until you have to then just fly away and go back.
It's a problem. Free 360 3D space is hard in video games like this because it's hard to judge distances, and that goes for everything. That goes for like you moving the character, that goes for judging your attacks. Like trying to lead these fireballs is a skill in and of itself. So yeah, I constantly have to fly away and then do a 180 and go back.
I feel like I can't think of any like game that did flying where that wasn't an issue though.
Yeah. Even like Star Fox and shit.
Yeah,
like,
that Star Fox
good
all the
games.
time you have to fly and turn around. I mean, at the very least, like, most of them give you a button that just turns you around and you don't have to physically turn around.
Yeah, this one gives you two. You have to hit L1 and R1 at the same time, which is awful.
Oh boy.
Got Death Dance. It's my favorite Nightcore song. And this weapon is bullshit. Actually, I think I show it off not too far into this episode after we get into our next mission. So I'll leave it for that. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the main story. It's our first round of free expeditions done. Hope you like free expeditions, kids.
Oh boy, are we in for a
there'll
lot
be
more of
more.
them?
Yeah, we are. There's one. There's 2 or 3 for every chapter. So every time you go back to the story, like they take you back to this map, and you just select the next chapter. I don't really know the point. It's not like you have much freedom to go back and there's like new content or anything.
Just letting you know where you are, man.
Complications is a good title for a chapter.
Especially for chapter 2.
Yeah. You know, one thing actually I thought I wouldn't talk about, but I think I might as well bring it up now because I don't have any more weapons to equip now. Just because I can't think of another context the more I think about it to bring it up. Yoko Taro actually gave a GDC talk about how he writes stories, and he actually starts with the ending of his stories, and then he thinks of emotional peaks that he wants to sprinkle throughout the game and how to better foreshadow and tie those emotional peaks together. And he pretty much comes up with stories thinking of how they're going to end and what he wants people to get away feeling from them. Like, what impressions or what thoughts they'll be left with, instead of, like, trying to think out, like, a linear beginning, middle, and end. And I think that shows in his first game here, because that chapter 1 was kinda a little nothing.
An ocean of blood flows.
Thanks, dude.
Oh boy, that's some good stuff.
When did the Empire become so strong?
But that's an interesting way of writing a story. I didn't know he had said that.
Yeah, that's he wanted to give a talk, and he's like, I don't think that. Also, to interact and jump is the same button, so awkward bunny hops before talking to people.
Oh yeah.
That'll happen.
Dragon Age Inquisition stuff in here.
I have to live.
But yeah, I think Chapter 1 of this game is a little nothing, because it's just the pact happens, and you get introduced to Kaim Fury and Inuart, but it's a little rocky start, I feel.
What is it?
They attacked the village of the elves. It may already be gone. I heard a voice. It would be better to go elsewhere.
Nonsense! The Pact Beast may have powers, but I believe only my own eyes. Come on! We're going to the village now! Furii,
No, I'm well.
that's not true. You carry the awful weight of the seal. We must find you a place to rest.
I love how fast he changes his mind there.
Yeah. Not a lot of respect for the dragon, huh? Aw.
Dragon's just like, oh. Okay. Also, too, if you remember last time, we established that we were going to the forest because they were safe and neutral territory.
Right.
So much for that.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are going to the elf forest.
Spends the sky on these.
I guess everyone else is just walking below. They're not on the dragon.
No man, it's an RPG. They're on the dragon. You just don't see them.
They're inside the JoJo turtle.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Also, these bats are annoying because when they die, they spiral down, and if you're locked on, your lock-on will turn the camera down with them if you're too close. Also, I never have had this happen before. I don't know what.
What?
I don't know. I played this game for 30 hours in one playthrough before recording this LP. Never had that ever come up once before in my life. I thought the game had broke.
But like the fact that it said loading, like it knew that might happen.
Yeah, so that's in there, I guess.
Huh.
Very rare. I don't know what I did to trigger that, but it was that was something. Also, for a forest, there's not many trees on the ground.
You're actually in the forest now.
Or I think we're above the forest or on our way to. I don't know.
That's not a very good forest if that's a forest.
I thought we established we were in the forest, but maybe we're just on our way. We're going on our way to the Elven village, but I think we're already in the forest.
Huh.
I think.
You took that thing out faster than I thought you would.
Yeah. The magic power attack is really good at fucking up those airships. I generally keep them for that. Also, too, they give you a lot of meter because they have really tiny individual parts that you can blow up, which increases your magic gauge. So,
Okay.
I think that was kind of intentional. These fucking gargoyles are so weird. Now there's two of them here. That's the thing they do a lot, actually, is just give you two back-to-back airships like this.
Without you, the goddess, the world shall surely perish.
I love how they have the time to muse about this as they're watching this happen.
The world is already dead.
It's almost like they realized that the mission might be getting a little boring, so they just threw some character dialogue in there.
Yeah. I still really like the idea that Furii and Inuart and, you know, all the other Union soldiers are just in wagons or whatever, and just kind of looking like, wow, he's really fucking them up good. Good job, Kaim. More importantly, actually, does Kaim really need to be riding with the dragon for this part? Is he contributing anything? How is he not getting motion sick?
Well, Well, yeah, there's a pact. He's one with the dragon now.
I guess. Just super glue his butt right to the back. Well, I guess at various parts they do even say, like, hold on tightly to my neck, and it's like, oh, okay.
A little late on that one, but okay.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, and I don't know if that's a localization thing, or if the game's just like that, but there's some very late revelation dialogue moments from characters in these missions.
The noise these things make. Yeah, nice. You showed
Just
him.
the one.
The elf village must be here.
He was the last one. See, now there's now there are trees.
Still not really a forest, but
Eh,
like a
it's close enough.
valley with a couple of trees, but you know.
Now to the village. Hold on.
Oh, there you go, hold on.
Hey, we didn't cut to black. You know what that means?
That's not over?
Awkward PS2 transition again.
Nice.
Yeah, we in there. I'll go through the dragon, it's fine. Also, just hover there for a bit while the rest of the level loads
The
in.
village lies in the woods across the bridge.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so I fucked this mission up bad.
Be there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, not really the mission, but the weapon requirements in the game FAQs document I am using, which I'll actually link to below because I mentioned it now, is very vague. Well, I guess it's not vague, it's just so much that it's not clear enough because they say... So, there's a bridge that cuts this level in half. And it says kill all the targets before reaching the bridge, and the weapon will spawn in the middle of the bridge. But there are also 2 additional enemies you need to kill that aren't called targets that you also need to kill that are on the bridge itself. So I assumed that by targets he just meant, oh, kill all enemies. So I ended up just slaughtering half of this level.
Huh.
And I didn't need to. Also, here's that dagger weapon we have. It's, it doesn't do much damage, but that
It looks really
projectile
goofy
is...
that he's two-handing the dagger.
Yeah, it's really weird. He two-hands every weapon.
There's probably a more efficient way of doing that.
Yeah. He doesn't use a shield, so...
Yeah, but then you could have 2 daggers.
Oh. That would be cool, actually. That would probably be better than what they... Because they're... The point of the short swords and daggers in this game are, oh, you can turn quicker, but that's not useful at all because the camera sucks. We have... Lances are fine. They're kind of a little awkward, but they're fine. I don't really like them. That weapon attack is pretty neat, though.
Is there, Sorry, you might have gone over this in a previous episode, and I apologize if you did, but is there, like, a, like, specific enemies that it's better to use one type of weapon on?
Not really. It's kind of, hey, this is, I think the idea is, hey, this is the cool new toy you have to fuck up the enemies with, but not really, no.
At the very least, then that's something that they improved upon in later games.
Also, that does a lot of damage. Don't get hit by these
Yeah, I see.
The
ballistae.
Empire's forces have come even here. Is the village safe?
I wonder if that village is safe.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll find out.
I think everything's fine and nothing bad happens.
Yep. Hey, more dragon fun time. Also, here's these heavy black armored enemies. They're just kind of like regular armored enemies, but with a little bit more health.
Denoted by
They're
the
not
color
that-
of the armor.
Yeah, they're... The Empire has very interesting ways of color coding their stuff.
The elf village has been found to the east.
Hey, look, we found the elf village.
They cannot dare to come so far. Can they, Kime?
Alright, so I start killing these guys.
Right.
And this is around the point I start getting paranoid, like, did I mess up getting the weapon? What did I do? So, After a lot of EXP gaining,
Kind, you and Fury Eye,
yeah, there was that too.
no matter.
I decided to show that off.
Well,
But
what was he implying there?
I don't know. I think little Inuart's a little jealous boy sometimes. But yeah, I'm like, fuck it. Maybe I need to kill these guys, even though they're not targets. Yep, that was it.
Well, you were keeping in Kaim's character?
Yeah. Kaim would probably do that,
Yeah.
considering. Yeah, I can totally see him
It's no longer
being petty like that and just being like, I think I need to kill all these people, so I'm just gonna do that. Apparently, he was partially based off of Guts from Berserk, who, at least at the start of that story, is very similar.
Man, I've never heard of a series that had anything based on Berserk before.
Same. Kind of a niche manga, to be honest.
So these character dialogues, I don't understand.
Yeah, they're meant to foreshadow.
Okay.
I think Furry Eye's last one they had was just kind of her being like, oh, I'm important because I have the seal in me. Did you get that yet? Did you get it yet?
It cannot be.
No.
I see it with mine own eyes, and yet.
Uh-oh.
It cannot be.
I'm so shocked.
I know.
That pillar is knocked over.
Same. Inuart's like, we gotta turn back. Yeah, we got the Tyrant's Hammer.
That's a good name, too.
And it's spelled A Handful of Lightning, which sounds like a George R.R. Martin novel.
It's probably going to be like the 18th one because he's never going to end that series.
Oh god. Is that the one where Daenerys finally gets to Westeros?
No, that's when she's on a boat but it crashes.
Oh no. Well, time to enslave and rule this island now.
It was originally going to be one page, but he expanded it into 18 novels.
Good. Unlawful invasion, that's solid. Another one of these.
The elf village is close. Careful.
I thought we were there.
No, we kind of got to the front gate, you know?
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
we saw the little green now entering sign like in the States.
Some good jumps.
These little fat guys with the round shields are kind of annoying because they really like to block your stuff and counterattack really fast. But in these event missions, they're fine. Also, for these event missions, you can't change your weapon. You always have Kaim's default sword.
Yeah. But, that's a decent sword, right? I remember you saying?
Yeah, I went through the entirety of my first playthrough just using it.
Yeah.
And I honestly was fine for most of it. There were better weapons, but I was fine. Oh no. Inuart, it's almost like you should have believed the dragon.
No.
Hell.
You know, the thing that can fucking fly.
What shall I do?
The hierarch Verdane. I hear his voice.
His voice? The hierarch has a pack piece too?
Yes, a dragon. A petrified dragon.
Where is he now?
So I don't know if you watched that video I put out with some instruction manual bullshit.
He wants
The hierarch is a head priest that is in charge of placing the seal into the new goddess when the old one dies.
Okay.
Forgive me.
He's got a pact.
Yeah, that no one apparently knew about. With a petrified dragon.
Huh.
And guess what? That never comes up again.
Seriously.
I think it's only there to explain why he can talk to people. Or alternatively, it's only there to give an excuse as to why they know he's in trouble now to go to the next place.
I would really think that would be a bigger story beat, but okay.
Yeah, it doesn't come up again. Unless I'm forgetting something, but if so, even then, if so, it's not a big deal.
We shall follow.
So Inuart's all pissy that he's not stronger, and Kaim and the dragon just kind of tell them to go on ahead, and they're gonna go investigate the elf place further.